Joe Wilson Tete is my name. I'm 4 of 5 siblings. Originally from a Christian home, I believe that everything I do is inspired by God, and it is what has been deposited in me that I also display. So there's nothing in me that is of myself, but what God has deposited in me. But I think it was triggered by my mom. She was a home science teacher. And then, they had this recipe book she left on a bookshelf. And being an introvert, I was always indoors. And when everybody was out of home, these were the books that I found myself reading and going through them. And anytime I saw a recipe that looked interesting and I thought I could get the ingredients around home, I find myself trying them. And where I couldn't get a particular ingredient, I tried replacing them, finding something else to substitute them. And that is how my passion developed. After secondary school, I'd wanted to continue and do catering. But my father was like, no, he would not allow me to do that. For a simple reason, that was then when people thought to cook, you should be a dropout, you should not be brilliant, you are dull in head. And 2, it is a profession for women and not guys. But now we can see that the trend has changed completely. Now it's like a terrain for guys and the women are finding their way into it. Through that, I gradually went to school, had passion to do things on my own, started cooking and selling and baking for friends and family. And then the business kept growing and growing to where I am now. I've been practicing for 25 years. In this 25 years, I think I have done a lot apart from just cooking. And my cooking too has been for mainly contract catering, what in our Ghanaian parlance we call orders. I do convention catering. I do a lot more consultation. Not consulting just for culinary purposes, but for complete hotel operations. After I have done the infrastructure, the machinery and equipment, then I develop standards of operations for all the various departments, even accounting departments. I develop the standard of operation. They might be better accountants than I am, but for our industry, I know the expectation. I know what we need to make it functional, because we are selling an intangible. And so we put value on the feel, the emotion that the guest gets and walks away with. Our contestants in this competition, expectation is that if up till now, you have not gotten yourself abreast with the science and art of cooking, please make a decision and advise yourself. Call the producers, organizers and say, you are out before I kick you out. Apart from cooking well, having the appreciation for the science and art of it, we, in our parlance, we say our plating or presentation is our packaging. It is an intangible in a way, because after the client has eaten and has left your premise, they don't go with the food to go and show, this is the food I bought. Like you go with a phone and from the shop you say, this is a phone I bought to show friends. You go with a feel and an emotion. And the presentation is the one that attracts you to the meal. And once the eyes see a good plated meal, then the digestive juices will start secreting. So I expect that every contestant that is coming in should come in with expectation to win the coveted money, 100 with 1,000. And when you come in, show me that you really can manage business. To come into a competition that has this coveted 100,000 Ghana cedi for an award, then you should know yourself. You should know who you are. You should know exactly what you want to do. We say catering is the art and science of cooking. You should understand every single ingredient, how they bind with each other scientifically and artistically. You should understand the cooking methods. If you employ a particular one, dry cooking or moist cooking, the effect that it will have on that particular ingredient. If you don't understand these things and you get in the kitchen, and these are ingredients sitting before you, don't know how the ingredients react with each other, you make a mess of yourself. And when you make that mess of yourself, my expectation is not for any contestants to come into the kitchen and produce a horribly pathetic meal and expect me to taste this food. I'm sorry, you will be out of the competition.